you mess me. Please excuse my hair.
Still wet.
Hi, I am Shimli and welcome back to my channel. Let's excuse my hair. And today we are talking about loneliness and living alone in general, and maybe the things that I learned when I started living alone. So loneliness, according to me, is the need to be around people all the time. It is when you feel the need to be wanted. Sometimes as human being, we want to make new friends. We want to communicate. It is natural. It is normal. I want to make new friends all the time. As human being, we are wired to be drawn to different people, but sometimes I feel that it's better to endure solitude. Basically, जिनके साथ आपकी बनती नहीं है, I think it's better to be alone rather than being with a group of friends with whom you don't feel comfortable or with whom you don't feel that they understand you. And I think that it's better that you learn to live alone, learn to enjoy your own company. And I feel that we need to communicate with people who help you develop. And I also feel that everybody has experienced loneliness, but it can be very uncomfortable for some people. And I also understand that it can be scary for some people, but not for me. If you are like me, you might find being alone quite enticing. The notion of being alone has a different meaning to each of us. Some might find it very uncomfortable, but if you ask me, I am almost okay with being alone, but not all the time. Like if you leave me alone for really long time, I start feeling anxious. This happens to me a lot when I work from home for a week, and for no reason I start feeling anxious. But then again, loneliness is very different from being alone. It's when you are okay being alone, when you choose your own company, because let's be honest, not everybody will be always available for you. Now let's say you want to go watch a movie, your partner, your parent or your sibling, nobody is available, everybody is busy with their own work, but that does not mean that you will not watch the movie, right? You can go alone. So I spend a lot of time alone because I stay away from family for work, and also because I don't have many friends here. But none of this stops me from doing what I want. I love spending time with my family. I love doing things with my friends, but I also do need the recharging session after a heavy social interaction. Just give me 1 or 2 days and I'll be back to being my normal self. And as I live alone, I have been reflecting a lot for months, and here are some things that I started noticing in myself when I started living alone. I started valuing myself a lot. You know, we often have that idea that doing things for yourself is very silly, but let me tell you that it's not silly. Little things like wearing your favorite clothes, even if you will be going out alone, can make a huge difference. Just because you don't have anybody to go out with or you chose to go alone, it should not stop you from looking pretty, looking cute. I myself used to think like this. I was like, oh, I'll be going out alone. कौन ही देखेगा? Why should I just dress nice if there's nobody to compliment me? But that's wrong. But now I've started doing things differently, and I have noticed that I instantly feel good the moment I dress up nice. So yesterday after work, I went for a little walk, and you might think that it's just a little walk. इसमें क्या ही है? But I have been working from home alone for the past 5 days, and I felt very unproductive, very crappy since morning. And the minute I wore a cute outfit just to step out of my house, I started feeling good instantly. The moment I returned home, I felt like a different person altogether. And just because I went for that little walk yesterday, I am able to film this video. I felt good. When you start living alone, you become more aware of your weaknesses and your strengths. You also either become the most irresponsible person or you become a responsible person. And I also think that it helps you to make better future choices. When you start living alone and you run out of your grocery, you cannot blame anybody because you are the only person responsible. When you start living alone, no one will hold you accountable for maintaining the house. I love nice smelling place. I love clean spaces, but I can also be quite unorganized. I get things done, but I also procrastinate a lot. I am mostly confused about what to cook for dinner, and once I got a plant and I wanted to keep that plant, but I did not water it on time and it died. I was the only person responsible, and now I have shifted to a fake plant because I know that I cannot take care of real plants, but someday I'll learn to do that. You also start self-reflecting a lot. You also start trusting yourself. When you are away from outside opinion, inputs, and even pressure from other people, you start trusting yourself a lot. And you also get the time to self-reflect. Being an introvert, I enjoy working through ideas and reflecting better when I'm left alone. As in, when I'm alone, I am able to think better, process things better, and also able to take better decisions. The extra time that I got, it allowed me, or rather forced me, to think about my future career plans better. I don't think that without solitude, none of this reflection would have happened. In a way, it also forced me to step out of my comfort zone, which I think is very zaruri for everybody. With time, you also become very self-reliant. You learn everything. सब कुछ सीख जाते हो when you start living alone. Starting from managing finances to पंखा ठीक करना, because there is nobody to take decision on your behalf. But not all. I mean the little but important things like कब तक घर वापस आना है. I became more confident when I started living away from home. When you are fully in charge of the entire situation, you get better clarity about everything that's going around about your surrounding. And honestly, I discovered that I'm far more capable and braver than I used to think that I am. And I also think that I discovered my fears and my insecurities. I watched a very creepy video on YouTube. It was based on creepypasta, and I was not able to sleep the entire night. And finally, I was able to sleep with lights turned on. But whatever self-realization, good or bad, I think it's extremely valuable. Doing things alone forced me to understand myself better without any filters, and I will make sure that I don't watch creepy, scary videos before going to bed. Bye!